Today I want to talk to you about the incredible power of prayer. Sometimes we're tempted to believe that prayer is just a feel-good fantasy for old women and young children. But the Bible says our praying somehow releases God's blessing and favour on the earth in ways that it wouldn't otherwise come. In fact, the Bible says, "Ask and you will receive." We've probably all had times in life where we've been discouraged by a prayer that wasn't answered when or how we wanted it to be answered. But the Bible still encourages us, don't give up asking. Bruce Wilkinson tells a story to illustrate the importance of us asking. It's just a made-up story, but it really drives the point home. He says, imagine that one day in the future, you're up in heaven with God. You're enjoying the wonders of heaven and you're walking through part of heaven that you haven't been to before, and you see this huge warehouse. You say, God, what's in there? He says to you, oh, look, don't worry so much about that warehouse. Let's just go somewhere else. You say, hey, God, what are you talking about? There's no secrets in heaven. Come on, show me. And he says, well, if you want to. And so you walk into the warehouse and you've never seen anything like it. It's a heavenly warehouse. There's thousands upon thousands of golden crates of all shapes and sizes. You can't believe it. And you're walking through and there's names on all the crates, and all of a sudden you notice your name on a crate. And then you notice another and another and another. In fact, there's hundreds, even thousands of crates with your name on them. You say, hey, God, what is all this stuff? He says, listen, you really don't want to know. And you say, come on, there are crates with my name on it. Tell me what they are. And then God says to you, well, and then he explains, these are all the blessings that we had for you, planned for when you were back on earth, but you just never asked for them. Wow. Well, the Bible says, ask and you will receive, but you've got to ask. You know, another thing that we have that holds us back with prayer is sometimes we say we're too busy. Well, in the Bible, we read about Daniel. He was the Prime Minister. Now, talk about a busy guy. But he made time to pray 3 times a day, no matter what. Even when his life was on the line, he still made sure he prayed 3 times a day. So if Daniel had time for prayer, surely all of us have time for prayer. You know, I encourage you to pray for every area of your life. Ask God to protect your home and family. Ask God to bless you physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. I encourage you to ask God for very specific prayers, so when he answers, you know it was him. It'll help build your faith. Remember, God's looking down on the earth for someone to bless, but you've got to do the asking. Because remember, in life, if you want something different, you've got to do something different.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ben. You know, I've sometimes wondered when I really needed to have God's help, I just didn't feel spiritually motivated to pray myself. There was nobody I really could call to ask for help, and I found great personal spiritual benefit in listening to beautiful songs about God and in particular about prayer.